Today we're on our bonus module. This is module 3. Today we're talking about something everybody wants to hear about: free money. That's right. The government provides free money. There's free money for you to get to what? Buy a house. Why? Why would the government provide free money? We're going to get into that today to let you know how you can buy a house even if you don't have all the cash you need right now. So have you ever heard somebody say, you know what, if I just had a little bit more money for my down payment, I would go buy a house right now? That's right. A lot of people are saying that, but you know what? Today, problem solved, because I'm going to tell you about how you can access money to put towards your down payment and towards your closing costs. Now, here's what most people don't realize: that there is money available. There's money available to help you with your down payment, with your closing costs, and even sometimes to help you lower your interest rate. And what will that do for you? It gets you a lower monthly payment. So there are options. And in some instances, this is money that you will not have to pay back. But before we get into section 1, my name is Marc Giles. I'm a licensed mortgage loan originator in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and also I am a licensed real estate agent. So I've been helping hundreds of people over the years, hundreds, maybe even thousands of people over the years, to acquire a home. First-time home buyers, I work with a lot of them. Even people who are selling their home, I'm helping them sell their house, buy the next house so they can move up. Or if you want to move down, downsizing maybe to a co-op or a condo, and you want to stay in the New York, New Jersey area, I tell you what, even if you want to leave New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and go to Atlanta, Maryland, Florida, Texas, Arizona, you know what? I've got a team, and this team works nationwide. In fact, worldwide. You want to buy a house in the Dominican Republic? They have that there too. So all of this knowledge that I have, I spend bringing it to you at no charge, no cost. Why? Because I want my community to grow and flourish. I need you to win, because if you can't buy a house, how am I going to make money? No, I'm just joking. So here's section 1. First, let's talk about why do people miss this opportunity to get this money. I'll tell you why. Why? Because most real estate agents are very, very busy, and also most mortgage loan originators are very, very busy. And most mortgage loan originators work for one bank. And if that bank does not support or provide these grants or any type of home buyer assistance, he won't talk about it because it's not available. Myself, I work for a brokerage, a mortgage brokerage, and we work with all of the banks, and we can provide what most of the banks will provide. And so we will offer you everything that's available to most banks. So you got to do your homework so that you can get the best thing for you and your family. Another reason people don't talk about these programs, because many of them are hidden. They're buried. We're in these government websites, and you got to dig and dig and dig and dig and do so much research to uncover the opportunity that it's just not worth the time. And the reason sometimes it's not worth the time, which we're going to get into it in a little while, is because borrowers have to qualify for these government programs. We're going to talk about that in section 3, so stick with me, don't go anywhere. But right now, let's get on to section 2. Okay, section 2. What kind of help are we actually talking about here? Let's break this down. There are basically 4 types of assistance programs that you would want to be aware of. Number 1 are your down payment grants. This is money that is given to you to help you with your down payment. Sometimes it's just free money to assist you with your down payment. Other times it might come in the form of a loan that if you live in the property for a certain period of time, or there may be some other restrictions, you may not have to pay this loan back, but sometimes you may have to pay the loan back, depending on your income and what the qualifications of the agency that's providing the assistance to you. Number 2, there are programs that provide assistance with closing costs. So if there are certain closing costs that you're incurring in order to purchase your property, sometimes you can be eligible if you apply and qualify to get assistance with your closing costs. It just makes buying a house a little more affordable if you have to come out of your pocket with less money. Number 3, sometimes they come in the form of forgivable loans. These loans might require you to stay in the property for like 5 to 10 years, and then you won't have to pay the loan back. Now be aware that sometimes when they're providing you with this assistance, it may be in the form of a type of assistance that has to be passed on to the next buyer when you sell your house to the next person. So you have to read all of the fine print, because sometimes people don't understand what they're getting, and they get disappointed years later when they go to sell the house and only find that they can sell the house for a tiny fraction higher than what they purchased it for, because the spirit of that grant, gift, or forgivable loan was to keep those houses affordable, and you're going to pass that assistance that you received on to the next person so that they can benefit from it in the future. I actually had a customer who asked me to sell her property for her, and she had no idea of this. And so when we were selling the property, she thought she was going to sell the house and make a nice chunk of change, maybe $100,000, $200,000, because the property went up in value over time. But what she found was that she was not allowed to sell the property without paying off that second loan, which pretty much ate up all of her equity. And that loan would be forgivable for the next buyer, or passed on to the next buyer, so that he wouldn't have to pay for that portion of the property. So what I'm pointing out to you is that some of these grants, gifts, and subsidies that are being given come with some strings attached, and it's your job to read it, understand it, and know what your parameters are. And I help you with that because I've read many of these and I understand how they work. So let's go on to number 4. Some of these come in the form of a rate subsidy that would actually lower your interest rate, thereby lowering your monthly payment. But once again, you have to qualify. We're going to talk about some of the parameters that are used to qualify you when you're applying for some of these grants. But if you're in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, there are dozens and dozens of programs that you might qualify for if you are interested in applying for some of this assistance to buy your first home. Let's get on to section 3. Do you qualify for some of this financial assistance to buy your home? First, let me just say this. There's a lot of people who immediately disqualify themselves. They say things like, oh, well, my credit is not that great, so I'm just gonna not go buy a house or not try. Or second, people will say, oh, well, I don't make enough to buy a house or buy a co-op or a condo, so I'm just gonna not look into this. The third, people say, oh, well, you know what? It's probably for somebody else. I'm just gonna go out and buy my house. Stop that. Let's talk about the typical parameters, but not all parameters. So most people are gonna qualify for these programs because of their income. The income is below a certain amount. And usually what most of these organizations will do is they'll use the area median income as designated by the local census tract that was recently done. And so if your area median income is, let's say, for example, and I don't know what yours is because we're all watching this from different places, and it's designed on where you live currently. Okay, for example, your area median income could be $72,000. And some of these programs may be earmarked for people who are earning less than that. So most of these programs are designed for first-time home buyers. I can tell you right now that the majority I have not come across one that's for investors. So if you're buying an investment property that you're not going to live in, most of this home buyer assistance is not going to be for you. But if you're a first-time home buyer, most likely you'll find something that you might qualify for if you look hard enough. So some of the areas that I've seen people get these are Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, out in Newark, New Jersey, up in Bridgeport, Connecticut, Stamford, Connecticut. These are areas where a lot of assistance is taking place. And these are the areas where you might want to ask, hey, is there something for me that I might want to look into? And then we will look through our database. We'll find something in that particular area. And if you can qualify, you know what? You're a winner. So even if you just taken one step in this course that we're teaching you about home buying, you are ahead of most home buyers. You know what that means? You're probably going to get a better deal in a faster period of time if you do what you know to do. But in the full course, if you decide to take the full course, we show you how to package your documents, how to qualify yourself for your own mortgage, so you'll know what your monthly payments will be and how much you need to come up with down payment. What we help you do in the course is gain a level of certainty that you can accomplish your dream and your goal of owning your own home. And of course, as I'm talking about these types of grants and housing assistance to make homes affordable, we'll provide you with the information and insight that you need to do your homework to see if you can qualify for those programs as well. So this is section 4. I just want to share with you a real world example. Recently, I was able to help a lady who purchased a condominium in Westchester County. And a lot of times you're not going to know whether you're going to qualify for this grant, like we said, because you don't know where you're going to buy your property. And some of these grants are located where the property you're buying is located. They'll use the zip code or the census tract or the town to determine whether you're eligible for this grant. So what we do when you find your property, oftentimes we'll do the research for you to figure out, hey, listen, can we help this person get an extra $5,000 towards their closing costs? And sometimes we uncover it and it works. And you know what? Like I said, you're a winner. But sometimes it doesn't work out either, because maybe they are buying it in the right area, but their income is too high to qualify for that program. But hey, you know what? We did our due diligence, we did our homework, and we knew that we did everything we could do to help you out. Section 5, let's talk about your next step. We're gonna give you a grant preparation checklist. So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna use that grant preparation checklist that I'm providing you. You click below, download it, and you can start ascertaining where you fit in terms of all of these grant programs. And if you have any questions about what you qualify for, I always say, do the pre-approval, get pre-approved up front. This way you'll know how much your monthly payments will be, how much you need for down payment, your closing costs, and what grant programs you qualify for. And of course, if you haven't signed up for the course, this full home buying course, do it today. It's free. What more can you ask for? It's a free course to teach you everything you need to know in order to be a successful home buyer. So this is your moment. Don't let, hey, I didn't know. Don't let that be your excuse anymore. You got all the answers, all the information so that you can win. You're already a winner. You just are going to get this information so that you can keep on winning, so that you can get the house, condo, co-op for you and your family. So this free module that we're providing to you today on YouTube, I want you to subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, family, co-workers, church members, because we're here to help uplift your community so that you can get that generational wealth. And there's no cost. It's right here on YouTube. It's free of charge. But if you want to sign up for the membership, it's a free sign up, and this is where the real transformation will begin. Not just for home ownership, so you can get your finances together and start creating a life that you love. So if you're ready to unlock your full home buying power, join the course today, because I'm going to be there with you. We're going to be bringing you all the kind of exciting stuff for you to learn and grow. And we'll talk about this years from now, how you took the course and got your house and got your family on the track that you want them to be on. So once again, like the video, subscribe. If you have any questions anytime, my number is below. Text me, call me. I'm looking forward to working with you. So this was the bonus lesson about how grants and affordable housing work, but stay tuned for the great upcoming information we have. We're going to talk about putting your house in a trust. Should you put it in a trust? What is the benefits of putting it in a trust? We're also going to talk about, in one of our bonus modules, should you buy your house in the name of a corporation? Should you put the house in the name of the corporation? So we're going to talk about these types of things, and this is why you want to join the course, so that you can get all of the content in full in your face, so you can listen to it at your leisure. Additionally, non-for-profit corporations, should you manage your properties using a non-for-profit? What are the benefits and what are the disadvantages of doing that? These are the things that our community needs to hear about, so we can all grow and prosper together. This isn't just about buying a house, it's about building wealth. And if you want to do that, sign up for the course. Like the video, subscribe, because I got some more great content coming your way every week right here on YouTube. And it all starts with saying yes to what's available now.